Hi beauty. Okay, today we are going to be creating this gorgeous, pretty in pink look using a bunch of soft pinks and blush tones. So just to walk you through, we have Blush Hour right here. We have Pink Happy Thoughts. We have Pastel Me About It, which is really like a light white base with a hint of pink. You have Creamboat, which is like your almost white. And then Sweet Dreams, which is going to give you just a little bit of that champagne to it, just like a shimmer. So we're not going to use this one up here. We're going to use the rest of these shades all on the eyes. And we will go ahead and just pop like a really soft peachy blush in here, do some bronzer. I'm going to be using today a long lasting lipstick called Angel Food, or sorry, Birthday Cake. We're going to do that on the lips with a little shine lip gloss. But if you want to use just a lip gloss, you can use Peace to recreate this look, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I like to start with the brows. I'm going to take and fill my brows in today with the light brow gel. And again, this is just going to be a softer look for spring and summer, but it's really beautiful for opening the eyes and just giving a really nice lift. So I'm kind of loading it up. Sometimes I go darker with my brows. I do a medium brown. You can use whatever color you want, but I'm just doing more of like a feathered look here. The next thing we're going to want to do is actually use our concealer as an eye base, okay? So you can take your, whatever your lightest concealer is, and for me, that's going to be concealer number 0. So whatever your lightest concealer shade is, and I'm using a concealer brush and painting this on the lid, on both lids. And what I love about this is it'll cover up all the imperfections that we see, but I like that it has more of like a really brightening base to it, especially when we're using really soft brightening colors. Okay, so this is just gonna help them stand out even more. Anytime you put something matte and light, it's called like a highlight, it just makes everything stand out and jump out. So even our contour color today we're going to be using is going to be a blush tone. And this will look gorgeous, gorgeous on blue eyes. But I can get away with it for brown eyes too, okay? So if you have your brush number 7 here, you can always blend a little bit more if you feel like it needs to be buffed out a little bit with the concealer, okay? And the very first thing that I want to do is actually go in, I'm going to do my all over shade first, and I'm going to be using this pink right here. It's called Pink Happy Thoughts, and I'm going to do this on the lower lid to get a nice pinky base. I'm stopping where the lash line stops, not going all the way in. We're going to leave that to be really brightening. We're also going to leave underneath the brow because we're going to use Creamboat there. But just for our lid color, our lower lid color, we're doing Pink Happy Thoughts first, okay? So I'm using one side, patting in quick little motions below the crease, just on the lid, Pink Happy Thoughts. I could flip this over, or sorry, yeah, Pink Happy Thoughts. Then I'm gonna flip this over. This is called Pastel Me About It, and it's that like lighter white that has just a hint of pink. We can do that on the inner and under the brow, and then later at the very end we can sweep in our Creamboat and really brighten it up. But I love that this is like a fade of pastels and pinks, and everything is just gonna look really blended when we have layers of pink. Okay, next we will take the Blush Hour. I like to dump a little bit off. We're just gonna concentrate on using this in the crease and I'm gonna really create that lift. Now, depending on the shape of your eye, you may wanna do a different placement, but for the sake of having like this almond shape eye, it's gonna work really well. And see how much depth that's creating there without having to be a dark color. You're gonna do the same thing on this eye. So pretty. Okay. I'm just tapping off a little bit of what I had. Blending again. Okay, we're not even really doing eyeliner on this except for in the inner rim underneath. So this is my neutral pencil, and this really makes the eyes look even bigger. Because it's neutral and not white, it actually makes the whites of the eyes look bigger. If you had white eyeliner on the inner rim, it would just, all the attention would draw to that white eyeliner instead of to the eyes actually creating this illusion and opening and brightening, okay? So you can take your concealer, put it on underneath now on the bottom. I'm just gonna use my, I use a little bit of concealer 3 and number 2. I don't have tremendous dark circles right now, but I do need a little blend of my salmon shade in there. So use your concealer for underneath, gently apply that. I like to blend in with my fingertips. It just takes the tiniest amount of our concealer to get a really beautiful coverage. Okay. Then you can go in with either an angle brush or a smudge brush. You can go back with that blush hour. And this is going to be the eyeliner underneath. And when you get a lot of that nice black mascara on, it's going to make a huge contrast and a huge difference in the way this appears and brightens up all those pinks and blush tones around the eyes. Okay, and go back in with the crease, and you can kind of add to the amount that you want to see on the eyes and make it as bright and fun as you want. Okay, then you can go in with, you know, like a nice dome brush here is going to give you like more of an intensity. And this is where you can grab that shimmer and punch it just in the center to give a really intensified look. If you want it even more intense, you could actually spray with your setting spray right to this brush and to the powder, and it'll make it look wet and even more vibrant. Okay, I'm just wiping off my brush. Going in now with the Cream Boat, which is like the white shade. And just on this inner part here, really brightening up. You see how much bigger? That makes my eyes look so much wider and bigger. So you can go a little underneath, a little on the inner. Then take your mascara of choice and get your lashes to the intensity that you want to see. I already have some extensions on, so I don't do a ton of mascara, but you're gonna see as that black gets on there what a difference it really makes in making all those pinks stand out. Okay, now let's finish the rest of this look. We're gonna add your foundation. This is my color right here is number 23. I like to start in the center. So that's wherever you put that foundation first is where the heaviest deposit of the pigment's gonna go. And I really like it on the center of my cheeks. Okay, and then I can blend a little bit around here. And I'm using brush number 18, which is my personal favorite. Go ahead apply your foundation. If you need extra coverage or want extra coverage, you can go back with your concealer brush, and I can take my concealer number 2, not mixed with 3. I don't need salmon. I only need that salmony shade to color correct the blue under circles of my eyes. So I hope that makes sense, that you're thinking of what is my concealer correcting as I'm applying it to different spots on the face, okay? So that's it. I feel like that looks really good there. Now I'm gonna go in with this little beautiful trio. You have, well, one, the translucent setting powder. Make sure everything's smooth. You can kind of go in and set the makeup, okay? And set it and forget about it, and it'll stay really well without the creasing, okay? But then you can go in, I'm gonna take a little bit of Peachy, go sweep up, kind of doing a little smile, sweeping up this blush almost into the temples a little bit. And then you can contour in the places you want to see more definition. For me, I have a pretty small face shape. I don't need a tremendous amount of contour, but I can take, you know, my bronzer, just do a little sculpting here to make it pop. You know, anywhere that you apply this, it's going to recede. Can do a little in the hairline, but I have kind of a, you know, I'd say I have some smaller features on my face. So I don't need to do a ton of that. And then go in with your lip color. I love this color. I use it constantly. It's like neutral, but has some color to it too. And then I can take my Shine lip gloss on top, give a glossy effect. And that, my dears, is your Pretty in Pink look today. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I wanted to share too, just a little pro tip, if you want some extra highlight, you can go back in with number 7, and that is your Sweet Dreams, and you can put a little highlight in other areas of the face that you want to see pop. So for me, I can add that extra glow. Obviously, we have glow drops you could use as well, but just showing you with the colors and shades I've selected, you know, I can add a little bit of a highlight there, and it makes such a difference. I hope you enjoyed this look, and I will be sure to link all the products used.